The common test for update 1.11.1 is around the corner. It gives players a chance to take a look at new improvements and get a grasp of the new mechanics before they become an integral part of World of Tanks. The update contains both small improvements and large new features. Platoons 2.0 allows for looking for the platoon players who suit you best, quickly and conveniently. A more convenient interface both in the garage and in battles. And of course, new Italian heavy tanks. The Italian heavy tanks are finally ready to show what their new guns are capable of. There's a fork before Tier 7 that allows switching from the medium tank branch to heavy tanks. Picardo P88, Progetto CC55 Mod 54, Progetto C50 Mod 66, and the Rinoceronte. They will feature a mechanic similar to the Italian medium tanks, but there's one enjoyable difference. If a vehicle fires while auto-reloading, it will get a bonus to the speed of loading the next shell to compensate for the spent one. The less time that remains until it's fully loaded, the bigger this bonus will be. The bonus starts accumulating 2 seconds after the reload inside the drum. This is displayed by the first of 4 markers. The second marker indicates a 16% reload time boost, and the third indicates a 33% acceleration. 2 seconds before the shell is loaded, when the last marker lights up, you get the maximum bonus of 50%. A special sound signal will notify you about it as well. It may sound difficult, but it's easier to use this system than the usual auto-reloading. For example, an Italian medium tank doesn't fire at the enemy because it wants to load the next shell and fire 2 shells. But these seconds are enough for its target to get away. If the medium tank still fires, the reload is reset and it loses the next shell as well. And here's a tank with the improved auto-reloading system. It allows the commander the flexibility to make tactical decisions. It's better to wait and load the shell, but if you fire even a second before the next shell is ready, a part of the lost time will be compensated for, and the vehicle won't be left helpless. This bonus compensates for the time you've spent on a partial reload. This will allow the commander to save precious seconds in battle, and the tanks will remain very dangerous for the enemy in any situation. However, it's not only their guns that helps them survive in the thick of battle. Reasonably good dynamics, typical of all vehicles of the branch, will let the vehicles attack and retreat quickly. Decent armor and excellent gun depression angles will provide conditions for unleashing their power. You can try the new mechanics right in the game, in the test client of the future update. Now let's talk about the updated Platoons, playing in which will make progressing through the Italian branch more fun and effective. This is a new system of searching for platoon members to play with. It provides several new opportunities. It features a quicker and more convenient search for players using the Find Players button in the corresponding menu. You can set the parameters of this search. You can select several preferable vehicle tiers to find company for enjoyable and diverse play. And you can also select those who use or don't use the voice chat. If you turn on this option, you will still be able to mute your platoon members. Finally, you can view your platoon members' vehicles right in the garage next to your vehicle. They'll be displayed in their current look in accordance with your settings for displaying non-historical customization elements. When finding players, the system will take into account the vehicles in the players' garages, their number of battles, and most importantly, their rating in the Hall of Fame. Such platoon members will be worthy of you and your skill. Please note that selection by rating may work less accurately on the common test due to the lack of extensional statistical data on the accounts. Platoon member selection will now work in random battles, with plans to introduce it in several other modes. We'll tell you more about it later. Progressing through the branch when platooned with your fellow tankers is not only fun, but also profitable. This is because the platoon bonus to XP and credits on condition of having premium account hasn't gone anywhere. Unlike the Find Players button, the new Platoon button will create a new platoon to which you can invite the tankers from your friend list. You can also gather here together with a fellow tanker and find a third one with the help of the search. Keep in mind that clicking the Player Search button will annul all your current invitations to the platoon. If you don't want to use auto-matching and prefer the old Platoon system, don't worry, you can use the updated system the old way. Dynamic platoons also remain. You will be able to see the full list of improvements for enjoyable platoon play in the near future. In addition to complex solutions, we continue to implement the best ideas from the user mods in the game. Now, if you select a particular server when entering the game or switching servers, the game will remember it and automatically select it the next time you enter the game. The in-battle experience has also become more enjoyable. Damaged modules now have a timer for auto repair. Now you will know exactly when a module is back and running again. This will help you to not waste a repair kit, or on the contrary, use it at the right time. Also, the so-called X-ray circle of 50 meters is now displayed on the minimap, within which the vehicles are always spotted. You see the enemy, and the enemy sees you. The X-ray circle and the auto repair timer can be enabled in settings. With all these small improvements, World of Tanks will become even more enjoyable and player-friendly. These are all changes you can personally evaluate during the common test of Update 1.11.1. Try the improved interface, find fellow players in Platoons 2.0, and test the improved auto-reloading mechanics of the Italian heavy tanks led by the Rinoceronte. Good luck on the battlefield.